Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? It looks like Brightlgass Gearhulk decks are back on the menu. If I remember right, it was Matt Nass who played this to a top 8, actually to a finals in one of the big Magic Online events. So I guess that's the reason it started catching on again. So we're going to play it today and see if it holds up in best of one. And this is cool because I'm a fan of Brightlgass Gearhulk anyway. It's almost like the biggest cool toolboxy thing you can have, and it allows you to play a bunch of one-up for answers and things, which is very good. But we're going to start with Duskrow's Reliquary. We can sacrifice an artifact or a creature. It has Ward 2, lets us exile target artifact or creature. Seam Rip also just lets us get rid of anything that's 2 or less. Gene Pollinator, another way to ramp up, obviously, and get us our colors. Insidious Fungus. This is another thing we can search for to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Very cool. We have Llanowar Elves for mana. Melstrider's Resolve. This is a fun one because it's just a way to go get a fight spell for a removal, which is super sweet. Figure of Fable. Just a one of, but you can go get it. Maybe it's a late game finisher, which is nice. Soul Guide Lantern. If you're going to toolbox something, might as well play a one of to get rid of graveyards. Badger Mole Cub, because mana and bodies. Same thing with Leyline Weaver, just getting us some extra mana to cast our higher end stuff. Brigid Clachan's Heart, a way to get a bunch of extra mana if we need it, but also get us 2 bodies. Ouroboros, very good, putting counters on everything to help finish games. Brightlgass Gearhulk, the card of the hour, if you didn't know what it is, it's 2 green and 2 white, so a 4 mana 4/4. It has Trample and First Strike. And when it enters, you can search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less, which is why we have so many of those in the list. There's one Craterhoof Behemoth, just as a late game, go grab it, go do something. And we have Nature's Rhythm, as we can use to either go get Craterhoof to try it in the games, or if we don't have that capability, we go get Brightlgass Gearhulk, get us a couple of cool pieces to get us back into the game. So yeah, between Gearhulk and the Rhythm, we kind of have the most toolboxy deck that you can play in Standard. But before we go see how the results work, y'all know the drill. If you're going to buy some Magic, go check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. You can save 5% on your whole order if you just use my code DRAGON, which is DRAGN. All right. That being done, let's go ahead and go see how many tools are in our toolbox that actually can work toward wins. All right. We'll keep it. And the fun part, I think you'll run into with this deck quite a bit, is that your opponents don't really have a reason to believe that you're anything other than like Badger Mole ramp deck. And then you can have the Gearhulk show up and then just start getting all these things. So kind of fun stuff, really. Weaver. I'm actually not going to do anything else. Howl Squad Heavy, you got it. We will block. All right. And the reason I didn't do anything is I wanted to keep the ability to deal with either Voice of Victory or Howl Squad Heavy. And now that we got the Gearhulk, what the heck do we do? Let me think about this. We pay 4, we untap, we'll still have access to 2 mana technically. We could go get... Actually, I know what we'll go get. This will be fun. Let's use Gearhulk. Oh, wait, this only makes green. I need 2 white, actually. I was thinking I could get Seam Rip and Duskrow's Reliquary, but I guess we'll get a Melstrider's Resolve and a Seam Rip. Alright. So then we will get green. And let that get rid of the Howl Squad Heavy. Then we will Seam Rip. Tapping. Oh, wait. I could leave a creature untapped and just tap my enchantment. Look at that. So no hasty boys for you. Especially since I have a first striking 4/6. Yep, that Voice of Victory looked kind of sad. And we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go get tapping 4. We'll tap that Seam Rip. Go get us an Ouroboros. But alright, let's attack. I mean, if they sweep the board, so be it. We set ourselves up for failure. But if not, I mean, we're pretty good. I guess I could have just got another Gearhulk and got more defensive cards. Would have probably been the right answer. But it's all good. If they have it, they have it. You just got to give them credit. Uh-oh, they're taking damage. This can't be good. Oh, how bad is it? I don't know. They didn't instantly sweep the board, so I'm assuming it's not that bad. Oh, yeah, that's all it is. Whatever. Yeah, this thing's just bugging me that there's like stacked up voice of victories. Oh, so it was 2 voice of victories from last turn. That's what I was wondering. As a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is the opponent just giving up? I mean, wait, why is it asking me? Oh, because I can't do the second one yet. There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. Yep. All right. But yeah, we weren't even really... The only way we lose there, I guess, is if the opponent would have played exactly War Leader's Call. Because then we would have taken an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still wouldn't have been dead. I mean, we'd have been at 3, but we wouldn't have been dead. Okay. We're going to need to draw something good off the top. That's all I know. All right. And, oh, well, you do get a Nature's Rhythm. It's a real card to get. All right, guess we're just attacking. What's the best we could draw? I guess a... Yeah, you might as well kill that. Yep. I was going to say, but Badger Mole Cub, we did actually draw it, but does nothing by itself. All right. I mean, we're not going to get to keep the Badger Mole Cub either. Oh, they actually let us keep the Cub? Yo, what? I mean, all right, we'll do what we can do, I guess. I don't think we can beat them in 2 turns, though. Which we're kind of have to, because otherwise you're just telling it deadly cover-up. Good news is if anything happens here, it's probably happening to the Ouroboros. Oh. Enduring Tenacity. That's not a card I expected to see. Huh. Could we win here? No, I don't think so. I was trying to think of different ways we could potentially like go get something with Brightlgass Gearhulk that does anything relevant. But I think we're just going to put this on planes. We will Gearhulk. And we're going to get View the Battlefield. Maelstriders Resolve. And where's our little Insidious Fungus? So after they sweep the board, we can effectively get rid of their room. Which will work out okay, because they'll deadly cover up. They'll go to 4. Oh, well, they didn't even have it. My thought was, deadly cover-up will happen. We'll lose the board. Nothing gets exiled. If nothing else on our turn, then we can play Insidious Fungus, get rid of the room so we don't fall behind after they're at 4. If we get a land, sure, we play Leyline Weaver. If not, no big deal. And then we just start playing Magic from there and see what happens. Fortunately, they didn't have it, so we didn't have to worry about it. Ew. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is bad enough to get rid of. Maybe we'll find a 1 or a 2 mana thing here. That would be great. We have a lot of them. Alright, Seam Rip works. Do we just Nature's Rhythm for a Badger Mole Cub? Assuming we have to... Well, they already got their cub. Yeah, so now we have a different problem. Like, do we remove their cub, or do we try to fight the good fight? I think I'm just going to Ouroboros, actually. And my logic here is I can at least start growing the creature. Worst case scenario, maybe worst case, a scenario, is we can then Nature's Rhythm for a Badger Mole Cub and Dusk Rose Wellicrary, sacrifice either the land or the Llanowar Elf to get rid of their cub, and then go from there. It's kind of what we're looking at. Hauntwoods? What the... Oh my goodness. Okay. Hauntwoods. That's not a card I thought we were going to see. Well, damn. Now I don't know if I'm worried about Craterhoof or some shenanigans from the Hauntwood Shrieker. Oh, this went so badly, so fast. All right. Let's go get Badger Mole. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And then I could just turn the land on, sacrifice the land to get rid of a Badger Mole. Don't love it, but I think that's the thing to do. And then we'll just hope for the best, because what else are we going to do? All right. Ruby, so more mana. Gosh, damn, Terror of the Peaks. What is this? Oh, our opponent is just on one right now. This is crazy. I mean, cool pile of stuff. Like, credit to the opponent, for real. This is crazy. What do we do? Do we even block here? I don't know if we're supposed to block or not. I think we have to, because I'm actually kind of concerned about what's under the damn face down situation. Oh, if I'd have known I was drawing a Gearhulk. Well, it doesn't matter. I can't cast it yet anyway. Though, I could go get... Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's just do this. And we'll attack. I mean, you got to block at least one of them. So we'll find out how badly they want either the Badger Mole or what's under the face down situation, right? Okay, so they want to hold on to the mana from Badger Mole. This means we might get Craterhoofed. Like, it might just be what it is. Man, if one of these would have been a white mana, I think we would have had some other options. But the fact they're taking damage here means we're probably getting hoofed, right? Nope, there is a Nebula Dragon. What the hell? Oh, they're just hitting... They just figure game's over, I guess. Wow, that's crazy. No lie, I'm not a big fan of Nebula Dragon. But I kind of like what else the opponent had going on here, right? You're ramping up so you can just cast some of the big silly things like a Terror of the Peaks. But then you're able to use Terror with Hauntwoods to put stuff face down, and then you just cheaply turn it face up because you have all the spare mana. Like I kind of see the vision. This was cool. I could see trying something like this. Yes, we'll keep it. The hand itself doesn't really do a lot. That's the only downside. And we know we're losing our first couple of creatures, usually, because you see in Izzet land these days, it's some form of lessons. Yep. And so it begins. You know what? Let's put this on green. And let's try to grow this creature. All right. Man, am I going to rhythm for a Llanowar Elf? I probably will. Alright, probably need one of these to be on white. Don't want to just play out a fungus, because we actually want to use that to get rid of one of their enchantments or artifacts. At some point, if we need to. Because they might play one right here. Nope, they're just going to get more cards. Which, you know, usually the right answer. Are we playing it now? If they have removal, it's likely going to go after Ouroboros, so sure. I don't think 2 points is worth that much, but we'll see. Storm Chaser's talent. You got it. I mean, that being said, I was going to say, they might go after the fungus. I don't know. Oh, they had to just get more in the yard to go after an Ouroboros. Oh, they're just going to bounce it? Yeah, sure. If that's the worst thing that happens, we are okay with it. Oh, you probably have a counter, don't you? Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Expected no less. Do we want to get rid of their one creature? Probably not. They're going to return a bounce spell so they can bounce their talent. Nope. They're just going to set up to get more cards. Makes sense. Fortunately, we've not taken any real damage thus far. I'm going to assume that our Ouroboros is not going to make it very far. So we're just going to get in the damage we can. There's Ral.
I've got a whole plan to search. You're going to help. I have a plan.
Sure. That dude didn't last long, did he?
Together we can shift the current.
Okay, we're almost where we want to be, but not quite. Let's... What can we rhythm for? We can rhythm for up to 3. I think I'm just going to rhythm for 2, though. Yeah, I think that's the right answer. We'll just get Badger Mole. I don't think there was anything else. If we'd had more mana sources, sure. But we've drawn a little bit mana light this game. And then if there were a time to do this, it's probably now. Get rid of their little 1/1. I wish I had something else useful to do with what's in my hand. But I really don't. That's a fun way we could have gotten extra mana if we thought we needed it. Alright. That just keeps Ral from drawing. So that's good, I guess. But gonna go get a removal spell. No, just gonna play Artist Talent.
Gotta work with what's available.
Okay.
You get to be my protege today.
Ooh, so we get to Seam Rip. Oh, actually, Seam Rip just mean that's game? Because these will be 16? Wow. I just feel like we accidentally stumbled into a win. This was not part of my game plan. I thought the opponent was going to do more. All right. I say I wish they thought the opponent was going to do more, but they did kill, what, 5 creatures and counter, 4 creatures and counter another one? So, I don't know. I mean, I guess we also could have searched for something else and done a few tricks. So, I don't know. Yeah, solid win, though, against a good deck. Can't really complain. Okay, well, I guess we'll just play a very simple ramp deck this game. Because that's what this looks like. What is this thing? From Final Fantasy. I forgot this was a Magic card. Alright, you've got an awesome Death Toucher, friend. Who knew? And then I guess we'll just go wide. I mean, they probably, if you're playing that card, I have to assume you're playing some type of bite spells or something. Maybe not. Whoa, this is a Insidious Roots deck. Man, everybody's in their bag right now. Everybody's labbing hard. This is crazy on the ladder lately. Okay, take action. We're going to get Seam Rip and Maelstrider's Resolve. And chain of creature fights. I don't know if I want to fight. I can get 2 white mana. So maybe I just go get 2 Seam Rips. Just so that we can continue to attack, is the thing. Because we can't just sit here and give them all day to build up tokens. Alright, cool. Yeah, the only thing I can figure is this Grand Pulse Ochu, like, figured into their plans for some reason. But yeah, this is crazy to play this and it gets bigger for each permanent in your graveyard. Like, that's a wild deal. I see what they're doing, though. Just an interesting choice. I've never played against one of those. No white mana. Well, I mean, technically, I guess Pollinator could potentially make white mana. Hilarious. That's a good username, by the way. Sometimes people, y'all hit on some sweet usernames sometimes. There's some that I have to report for just being filthy and, you know, whatever. But sometimes y'all have some sweet ones. Hilarious, I like. It's fun. It feels like I missed the mark. I could have done something cooler than PowrDragn. Which is amusing because PowrDragn has like the most silly, innocuous story as to how I even got it. But what to say innocuous? But y'all know what I'm saying. Alright. Let's tap our duders. Play a Weaver. This deck kind of is wild, though, right? It gets all the benefits of the Badger Mold deck, but it gets all of the advantages of the Gearhulk decks. It's kind of wild, really. Oh, yeah, like, we're going to have Badger Mold superiority. Yeah, yep. I was just thinking about what else I was going to do here. But I think it's going to be play the Llanowar Elf and then Seam Rip, tapping this newly made Llanowar Elf. Get rid of their Badger Mole, juice the team, attack for lots many, and then the game's probably just over next turn. I mean, they could play something and remove Badger or a Borid and still get another turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because I don't want to be able to attack for 12. All right, well, that's going to do it anyway. You know, if you're worried about playing against opposing Badger Mole Cub decks, I'm starting to feel like because we have access to Seam Rips, Dusk Rose, Reliquary, stuff like that, it kind of makes us the superior Badger Mole deck in a weird way. I'd be curious to see if the Mono Green Landfall deck gets a good start, how we play against that with our removal and such. I think that could be interesting. This is a super easy mulligan. Just one land. Oh, and then we drew the white lands here. All right. I got to keep this. Oh, this is going to hurt so much. To be fair, though, we were kind of due for a loss. So if we lose this one, I can't be that upset. Like, we've been running pretty hot. Oh, and the opponent did nothing? That's mildly concerning. And then they still did nothing. I mean, I guess so. I mean, if you don't have an instant speed burn spell, I'm like, what are we playing around right now? I got no clue. They searched for something, which I guess was a land. And then you just played Michelangelo. What kind of shenanigans do you have? I don't like this, so yeah, we're just gonna go get rid of Michelangelo. I feel like I'm playing too conservatively, but we'll get a Maelstrat's Resolve and probably a Figure of Fable. I say that. Maybe I should get Dusk Rose Reliquary and just plan for the crazy inevitability of what could be coming. This doesn't have Death Touch. Yep. All right. Opponent was good with that. Yeah, I don't know what they were setting up. This feels like might have been some type of like Smuggler Surprise style deck, and they just didn't draw their ramp spells or something. But yeah, once we got that out of the way, I guess they didn't have any significant sweeper or whatnot. But I wanted to get Dusk Rose Reliquary in case they have some crazy, I don't know, maybe next turn could have played a dragon or something or whatever, and we could have still gotten rid of it. Okay. I mean, we'll keep it, but we need to draw some 1 or 2 mana things off the top. I don't mind having a Seam Rip and a Pollinator. That's fine. But we need something else here to unlock the rest of this hand over the coming turns. Hawk. We don't like hawks. Alright, let's Seam Rip. Might as well attack. Now we can Ouroboros. Oh. I was thinking this might end up being one of those life gain type decks, but this is a whole new development. This is a Mardu tokens pile of some sort. It's kind of interesting. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, then they have to level it up to do other things. Sure. I mean, sure. I mean, it makes sense. I can't kill it. We're not going... They're not going to be blocking. Oh, let's... Badger Mole... into... I'm not going to get greedy. I mean, I could... Nah. I was going to say Badger Mole into Badger Mole, but we're not getting that crazy. Let's get a Seam Rip and a Maelstrat's Resolve. All right. Well, the opponent has to do something here. I don't know if they're playing just sweep the board or what. I mean, you can get your Healer's Hawk back, but you know my hand is Seam Rip and Maelstriders Resolve. If all they do is level the talent, like we're just done, right? Okay, they had some mana, so there's a couple of things that could still happen. You know what? Those are blockers. Well, no, they're not really blockers. With our hand, they don't really matter. Plus, Gearhulk tramples. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Get rid of that guy, and then don't even need to do anything else, really. Guess I could have Maelstriders resolved a token or whatever, but any two getting through are going to be good enough. Yep. 17 is more than 13. That's all we need. Love to see it. I will say, though, we got a little bit lucky because I was already starting to play around this being a life gain Orzhov deck or something as of turn 1. And then it quickly became some other kind of deck. So if the opponent would have had some other type of draw or whatever, we might have been a little too hasty getting rid of that Healer's Hawk, but it worked out, didn't harm us. I feel like we're supposed to mulligan this, but hell, we won the last one where I thought we weren't going to, so why not, right? We're going to play what, opponent? Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Scavenger. Wow. Okay, now I'm kind of glad we kept the hand we kept. Because we can at least get rid of an early Scavenger. Honestly, you know what? Gearhulk might be one of the better cards in this fight. Because we can get rid of enchantments. We can get... Oh, so many things. I don't even think we play Gearhulk yet. I think we just... I'm going to take the damage. And then I need 2 extra mana. Yeah, so we just Seam Rip. Pay the extra. One of the things I have started to learn about these decks, and I think I mentioned this last week or the week before, is that as we end up in situations where we can get rid of all of their creatures, it's usually best to do so. So now we're going to play the Seam Rip your Seam Rip whatever game, which I hate, but it's the correct thing to do. Seam ripping Seam Rips is always dumb. And then we'll go ahead and play Ouroboros, which likely, if I were guessing, gets hit with a Shelter by Ghost. Yep, I would expect nothing less. Followed by Sweets. Okay. So now we know what's over there. Are we just dead next turn is the question. We need to get... We can try for a Dusk Rose Reliquary. Maybe. And then... I don't think Maelstrider's Resolve will be enough, because they're likely going to play something else on it. So let's get Insidious Fungus. So if things don't work out, we can at least get rid of an enchantment, maybe. But by now, they probably have a protective spell. If they do, we're not going to be able to beat that anyway. But we'll see. Yeah, it looks like they do. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do then. Like, what's our best case scenario? I don't know that we have one, is the problem. Okay. So let's say we sacrifice Llanowar Elf to attempt to get rid of this thing, because we have to spend 4 extra. So I need to spend 5 mana, and then I wouldn't be able to use the Insidious Fungus. But if I just use the Fungus, I can get... I think I'm just going to start there. Destroy an enchantment. Should get Ethereal Armor, but we're going to get Sheltered by Ghosts and see if it helps at all. And then this will get a counter from their Orboroid. And then we'll just hold the Dusk Rose Reliquary. Okay, this feels like they do have the instant speed enchantment, which also gives First Strike, if I remember correctly. All right. Now, if they have... No, we're just dead anyway. Yeah. Well, no. They'd have to have a removal spell also here. Like, if you have it, you have it. Okay, they had a... Wait, I'm assuming you found a shelter also? Wait, what? What just happened? So the opponent just had another Ethereal Armor and that was it? But, like, I guess because they could see our Dusk Rose Reliquary, they were just like, I can't beat that. Because the reality is, we're going to play this next turn anyway. We don't have a choice, right? So this turn, we just block. When they said that, I thought they got another shelter and they were just going to attack for lethal. But we would have blocked with Weaver. Then we get to put 2 counters on everything. And then, but even then, we have to sacrifice the Llanowar Elf to get rid of the aerial list. And then what? Like, we can't really attack because we'd be at 7 still. So, yeah, I don't know. Felt like we still had a little Magic to play, but maybe they don't have anything else in hand that they value. I don't know. Weird. But either way, I guess we'll take it. I thought it was a protective spell in hand. Apparently, it's something else that doesn't do a lot for them. Well, I don't know what to say, y'all, because it's possible, very possible, this deck could start showing up a lot on the ladder, or some variation thereof, because we went undefeated. Y'all saw all the games I played with this. I literally put it in here, made a couple of quick changes, went to play the games, we started recording. Y'all saw everything on this one. So the game count is exactly what you saw. And we won a couple of games where I didn't think we even had good draws. We mulliganed to 5 on one of them. Now, that being said, in that particular game, I do think we got lucky because it felt like the opponent also got a bad draw, even at their 7. So this is a case where I say this probably twice a week on some video, is pay attention to why and how a deck wins or loses, not if it won or lost. Because while I get to sit here and say, hey, we went undefeated and beat a bunch of stuff and whatever, and don't get me wrong, a couple of those were good decks against a mono black deck, against the Izzet Lessons, decks that are popular. So and the last one there against the white Auras deck, right? So makes sense. Those are all legit decks you will see on the ladder that we beat. Don't want to discredit that at all. But we did have at least twice where opponents probably got unlucky, and at least once where we got really lucky. So while this was undefeated, there could have been 2 or 3 losses in the middle of that. Just take that for what it is. And let me add that, honestly, I believe that enough that I'll probably play another few games after I'm done editing this video, and there's a good chance I'll lose 1 or 2 of them, because no deck's just going to go continually, whatever this is going to end up being at that point, 9-0, 10-0, whatever, right? You're eventually going to hit some losses, right? So don't be surprised that happens. But that's all to say, the win percentage is still really high for this deck. Now, if we're just examining the results of what happened, I kind of liked everything in the deck. The only thing we really didn't get to see in action was the Soul Guide Lantern, but we really didn't run into any graveyard decks except for the Lessons deck. But we were already in a situation where we didn't really need that for the most part. There's a world where we could have went and got it if the game was going to continue, but never really needed it. The Nature's Rhythm, for the most part, is kind of just searching for Badger Mole Cub. I think one time we went and got a Llanowar Elf because we just needed some mana. And I guess there's a world where if we're really hard up, we can go get like Insidious Fungus to get rid of some problematic enchantment or artifact. But otherwise, yeah, I'm here for it. We didn't really get to see Bridget, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. This didn't do anything. I think a lot of other people's list are playing the Surrak. That's the 3 mana. And I think that's actually a reasonable card to play in here, realistically. If you wanted to play Surrak Elusive Hunter, I think this makes a lot of sense. It tramples, which is a big deal that you can put counters on it from the Ouroboros. It can't be countered, which is sweet. You know, if somebody targets your stuff, you get a card. So, like, either or, I think it's reasonable. If you want more bodies or you want the mana, play Bridget. If you just want to just have more raw power and a little more defense, go ahead and play Surrak. I think both are reasonable. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Matter of fact, Surrak might make it back into the final list when we post it. But yeah, I'm a little dumbfounded how well this performed. This was very good. And Gearhulk right now has an infinite amount of choices. And it's also one of those cards that as Standard continues to grow for the next, at least through the end of this year, we have, 3-4 more sets where some 1-drops are going to be eligible to be played here. And there's probably still more you can play that weren't even in the list. So yeah, best of 1 or best of 3. The link will be over on Moxfield if you want to check it out and play it for yourself. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.